I do not support the assault weapons ban. However, I do support the work you and Senator Blumenthal are doing on gun trafficking. Can you talk more about that?
Sure. So, gun.
And at least 3 questions about the no-fly zone in Syria, whether you support that, and also, you talk a lot about mental health care. One of the largest mental health facilities in Connecticut was in Newtown, Fairfield Hills Hospital. This was shut down by the state of Connecticut to save money. What do we do about this issue? If it had to be closed, would it have... Chris, standardized testing is wreaking havoc on our students here in Eastern Connecticut and education budgets due to No Child Left Behind and Race to the Top. When will these be repealed, and what do you feel? How will any of the proposed gun laws prevent the next criminal from killing somebody?
The question, right? So
What will you do? What will you do to expand Obamacare to provide health insurance for all Americans, and does that include expanding Medicare? We asked people to submit questions on Twitter, and so we'll ask one of those. John Griffin asks, how will banning modern spring rifles help decrease murder rates when not... An immediate concern for the U.S. and Eastern Connecticut is the budget sequestration and the impact that it has on defense, like EB. So a question from Cliff about the debt. How do you expect your children and grandchildren to pay for the $16 trillion debt, and how will they restructure the $100 trillion Medicare and Social Security obligation?
Question?
Chris, Karen asks, what motivated you to take a very intense leading role on gun violence prevention initiatives in addition to being a father?
What about the $16 trillion?
Chris, let's be honest. Half the people here are booing you, half of them are cheering you, but I notice some people are sitting silently and listening. How can you and your colleagues in the Senate speak to those people? Chris, I live here on the shoreline in Eastern Connecticut, and I am worried about global warming. What can we do to mitigate this?
So
a lot of topics and not a lot of time left, so I'm going to try to do a speed round here. Do you support the work that Elizabeth Warren is doing, and what are you doing about the still questionable issues of Wall Street and the banking industry?
Yeah.
Chris, what the heck is a chain CPI?
So chain CPI is chain CPI is a...
Senator, thank you for coming to New London. My question is one of concern as a parent and a youth trap and skeet coach. How is it that we are rightly talking about responsible ownership of firearms and how that relates to the Second Amendment, but we are not looking at violent video games and their effect on young people due to the First Amendment protections? As a person who teaches safe handling and use of firearms, I am greatly concerned about young people being exposed to the endless and irresponsible killing. Assault weapons ban aside, I believe it is absolutely ridiculous to think that anybody besides the police officers standing in the back of this room is able to have 30 or 100 round magazine of ammunition to kill people and not hunt. Why is this not common sense?
Well, it's
So we're at 3 o'clock. Chris has offered to stick around for people who want to talk about the gun stuff, but let's just end on this note here, which is a very interesting question.